This video was on how to learning how to use a mobile phone, not learn how to use a mobile phone, but learning to use a mobile phone. I'm making this video because I've taught multiple people, lots of people, how to use mobile phones. And there's one of the things in particular that makes things a lot easier to learn how to use a mobile phone. I'll come to that in a minute. Okay, this is the web page that I set up learning how to use a mobile phone. All very well, except people have got to be able to read to be able to do that, and some people have trouble reading. First thing is to try things. If you never try, you'll never know. So the first thing about learning how to use a mobile phone is give things a go. Try things out. Try pressing buttons, whatever. Do what you think. However, one of the problems of doing that is you forget how you got there. So here's a little thing I wrote about that. At a recent training session that I did at a local shopping centre food court, a student commented that he often discovers things on his mobile phone but does not remember how he got to where he made the discovery. This is not an isolated thing. I often do it myself. Move from one function to another, and so forth, and then find some information or a way of doing something or a new or easier way of doing something. But how did I get there? I forgot. No matter how many different ways I go back and try and repeat, find and repeat, I can't. Also, although more prone to seniors, this is a common problem with anyone learning to use a mobile phone or any new technology, but there's a way around it. So what is the way around it? The way around it is you have the ability to record it. So I'll just continue reading. All modern mobile phones have a built-in video camera, and many people have multiple mobile phones, and even those that don't may have someone else in their family that has a mobile phone. This is what you can do. Right, so before trying things out with your mobile phone, use another phone to start a video recording. Now, what I've done is I've got down the bottom a little bit lower in here a whole lot of other videos, which I'll link to in this video, all right? In the comments to this video of how to use the video recorder. Okay, so record the screen on the phone with the second phone while saying something about what you're doing. As videos also record sound, it may be helpful to later hear you saying what you are doing to know what you are doing. Seeing and hearing can be better than seeing only. Okay, next thing is to play it back. Now, if you find something new or another way of doing something, but don't remember how you got to that particular point, you can stop the recording and play it back and see precisely how you got there. If you don't find anything new, you can stop the recording and delete it, right? And later on, there's further down here, I'm going to show you how to record things, how to stop recording, and also how to delete recordings. If you don't have access to a second phone, you can still record what's happening on your phone screen, which is exactly what I'm doing now, with a screen recording app that you get from Google Play Store. One such app is AZ Screen Recorder. When you start it, it puts a small floating icon on all screens, which when touching brings up a half circular menu of which one of the items is the function to start a recording. From that point on, all that happens on your phone screen is recorded and can be played back just as any other video recording. So there's a bit of a screen thing of AZ Screen Recorder. Now, even if you do remember how to do something, it's still worthwhile doing these things. I'll explain why. Even if you do remember how to do something on a phone or even on a computer, that does not mean you will always be able to remember, especially if something you do is not done very often. That's where making a video of how to do something to your future self can be a help. You can carry it around with you all the time in your phone, in case you do forget. This does not only apply to phones and technology that you have. You can use it to remember anything, and you don't have to write anything. Now, one of the problems of doing recording is storage. So I'm going to talk a little bit about storage. Mobile phone storage is relatively very inexpensive, and it is becoming even less expensive. I recently bought a 16 gigabyte micro SD card that you can use to extend your Android phone storage for $6. A minute and a half video could take up about 100 megabytes. So at about 160 such videos can be stored on that 16 gigabyte SD card. And also the SD cards are removable. You can take them out, put them into a phone. If you want to know something about that, we'll look at that later on. Now, what you may want to learn because of all this, okay, you may want to learn, first of all, how to record video on a phone. And I've got a link there of how to do that. I'll put all these links, all this text in the comments to this particular video. You might also want to learn what you can do whilst recording a video. Also, you may want to learn, and I've done a video on that, how to find a video you've just recorded on a phone, how to play a video on a phone, all right? So I've done a video on that, and the next couple of points, which are how to pause a video on a phone, how to resume playing a video, whoops, didn't want to touch that, how to move forward and backwards in a phone video, how to stop playing a video on a phone. And I've also done a separate video on how to delete a video on a phone, another video on how to rename a video on a phone, one on how to install an app on your phone. The reason I'm doing that is to show you that you could use that, once you've learnt that, you could use it to install a screen recorder on your phone. So I've done a video on how to use a phone screen recorder, particularly AZ screen recorder, and also how to find out where a phone screen video recorder is stored. Okay, the reason I did all those videos is when I went looking for videos on YouTube, there weren't any very good ones for beginners. So perhaps people that are beginners, people think that, you don't need to teach people how to do videos on a phone. Well, some people don't know how to do it, particularly senior people. In any case, what I've done is I've made these videos myself, and that's all those links are at the top of that. As I said, underneath this video, in my comments, you'll find all the text there. If you just touch that, it'll take you to the video that shows all these things. Now, even if you're a person that knows how to use a phone, but you've got a relative that doesn't know how to use a phone and wants to learn how to use a phone, well worthwhile giving them a link to this particular video and all the other videos. Okay, that's about it. If you've got any comments, you want to say something, add them in the comments, or drop me an email or contact me some way. Other than that, goodbye.